Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and in front of me I have the Spellbinders March 2024 club kits that I get. So I want to show you what I'll be crafting with throughout this month. And I don't have all of the club kits, but I do have quite a few of them. So let me share with you what I got. So just as an FYI, if you do sign up for the Wax Seal Club and the Glimmer of the month, you do always get some consumables to go with it, and it's always going to be a random color, so you may not get exactly what I've gotten here. I got Twilight Purple wax beads to go with this wax seal, which is really good. I kind of feel like this one says congrats on your new chapter, which I feel like you could use for graduations coming up. Maybe somebody is graduating high school and going on to college, or graduating college and gonna start their career. So kind of love that. And you're gonna see as I show you the rest of the clubs how this sort of ties in with some of the other kits as well. And so that's the wax seal of the month. Now only folks who actually subscribe and join the club to receive it on a monthly basis will get it with the wax beads. So you can, after the initial enrollment period, the wax stamp will become available if there are any that are left over, and you can pick it up for individual purchase, but it won't come with the wax seal. So that's one of the reasons to sign up, so that you do get this, and you get I think you get free shipping with your clubs. So it's a better deal, and plus you're guaranteed to get it. So there's that. Then as well, since we have it out ready to go, here is what I got for the Glimmer of the month. This is gorgeous. This is called Moon Dust. And then it's got it's got that AB shine to it where you can see the rainbow. So that's really lovely. And that comes with this, the Glimmer of the month, which is this really large plate, and might be a little bit hard to tell, but there are stripes here, but the stripes are not, they're a little bit wonky. They're not like 100% the same width up and down, so they're a little bit irregular, kind of like just if you were to take a marker and just kind of freehand a little bit. And so that's kind of interesting, kind of different. And as well, you get some sentiments, which are wonderful because you can glimmer in the one plate and get 4 different sentiments, and there's a coordinating die to cut those all out at the same time. Really, really love when they do that, when you can like either glimmer, stamp, or better press a lot of sentiments, and then in one go with one die, cut them all out. So here we have the sentiments are Our Story is my favorite. This one is Enjoy Your New Chapter, Coffee, Books, and You. Kind of love that one. This one is Magical Wishes for You. So really lovely. You can see that there are some themes that are trending around books and whatnot, and so that's gonna go perfectly with the wax seal too, because that says congrats on your new chapter. So there are the Glimmer and wax seal of the month. Next we have, I opted for the 3D embossing folder. There is also a standard embossing folder of the month, but really love the dimension that the 3D embossing folder gives you, so that's what I have here. This is a little bit similar to another one that was, I think it's called Tufted. I'm not 100% sure. I know it's different in that the circle is on this one. I think it's larger, and the diamond or the square is smaller on this one than that other version. So something a little bit different, but this is the kind of embossing folder that I really love because it doesn't matter which way you turn this, it's going to be identical. So that means that if you are like me and you like to make smaller cards, like USA 2 size cards, then you can run a 5.5 by 8.5 sheet of cardstock and then get 2 panels for your USA 2 size cards from just running this through your die cutting machine the one time. So I really, really love these larger folders for that, and I love these repeat patterns because I find them really, really easy to use as, you know, a nice backdrop to a card. Then I've got the clear stamp of the month, and look at how adorable this gnome is. So you've got 3 gnomes. Here's a gnome with a coffee and a book, so that's going to go really well with that Glimmer sentiment, coffee, books, and you. And we have a gnome that's sort of behind a stack of books, and then you've got some additional little images that you can stamp out, little accents, and then 3 sentiments. Gnome doubt, you, books, and coffee are my favorite. Make this birthday 1 for the books. And then the last one is long story short, thanks for everything. So there's the stamp set. And you can as well get the stamp of the month bundled with the coordinating dies. So here you have your 3 coordinating outline dies for the gnome, and then outline dies for the 3 sentiments plus the stack of books. That's this one right here. So the only thing that you won't have a die for, which you wouldn't need, is these little twinkle accents and the heart accent there. So that's our stamp, clear stamp of the month. This one I really, really love. Check it out. It's an owl, and really great because you've got the owl, and you can kind of see that raised metal. That means that when you run this through, it's just going to push into your cardstock. So that's going to deboss it, and what that will show you is how or what to layer in those areas. So on the back here, there are a lot of little elements for adding detail to the owl. So this will layer up beautifully, where you'll get sort of the eyebrows, the wings of the owl, and the eyes and everything. And so we've got those elements, but as well, if you want your owl to be very studious, he can be wearing glasses, and he can even have a striped scarf. So here, this gives you the scarf that will wrap around his neck, and then these, on the same die plate, there's a section that will layer on top of this if you want to give like an alternating color stripe pattern. Then as well, there is a book die. So same thing, you've got your base here of the book that you're going to start with, and it's got some deboss detailing, which will show you how or where to layer up this accent piece here. And this one will cut basically the cover to your book. And as well, you have pieces here that cut out the pages. So this piece here, and it has all the deboss. Look at all this detail, right? It's got the deboss lines to kind of suggest the pages. So that piece will layer here, and the same die will cut both out. So the other piece will layer on this edge of your book. So that's really lovely. And then here you have an additional piece that you can use as accent, and you can create like a little envelope from this because it's one die, but it'll cut out 2 pieces, a rectangle and a triangle. So this can be the flap to your envelope if you want. And so really, really cute. This kind of makes me think Harry Potter. I don't know that they necessarily thought that when they were designing it, but I kind of think Harry Potter. I sort of want to make this Gryffindor colors. And I kind of want to have the little envelope in the owl's mouth, like he's delivering, the letter that tells you, the new school session is going to start. So that's the first thing that I think of when I look at this. And so really, really fun. And he's a good size too, this owl. It's maybe let's see if I can get my ruler here. It is about not quite 3, so just over 2.5 inches actually. So a really good size for that owl. Really, really lovely that. Then carrying on with our book theme, and we've got the large die of the month, and this one is gorgeous because you've got books in a variety of different styles here. So you have this outline die. There's actually 2, so that there's like a little bit of a variety of different thicknesses and heights of books, right? So different size books. And what's great is that you can die cut it the one time, and then if you want, you can die cut it a second time and combine it with a second die that actually gives you some different detailing for the spine of the book. So this particular size book, for this spine, there's only the one option that will nestle in there. For this one, there's actually 2 different designs for that spine, and so you can use either of them. This one here actually has an additional layering oval that you can die cut separately and put into this space here. Then you have this book here that is a book that's open, and this die here would layer on top, so that would be the spine of the book, so that would go at the bottom here. And so you would die cut this out of whatever color you want the pages of the book to be, and then this would be whatever pages or whatever color you want the spine or the cover of the book to be. And then you might notice that there's a house. So interesting that it might be a little bit curious that there's a house here. And there are layering dies to build your house. So here you've got the base of your house, then that's the roof, and that's the front details of the house. And then on the back here, you have even more scene elements, basically. So you have some trees, and these are bare branches, and they curve like kind of opposite, mirrored from each other. So that's kind of nice. So you can use one or both. If you use both, they're gonna sort of frame your scene pretty nicely because they're curved in together, or they both curve outwards depending on how you like to use it. But then we've got 2 different styles of leaves, and then this is sort of more like an abstract like cluster of leaves on the tree. So you can use it that way. You could even use these as bushes too if you wanted, but you can use these as leaves on your tree to kind of build it out more. And the idea behind this is that you can, in your open book, create like a house and the scenery coming out of it. So giving that idea or impression of books that are sort of opening up this whole world and a whole kind of scene and story behind it. So it's almost like this entire scene just is pumping up out of the book. So I thought that was kind of cool, really, really fun, and a very versatile die set too, because these scene elements, you don't necessarily have to use them the way that it's been designed. They are fabulous for just creating a scene, and you can just make even like a welcome to the neighborhood kind of card too, because it's got the house and some lovely trees. You can build up a nice little neighborhood. You could imagine at Christmas time if you wanted to use this house and create maybe a snowy scene because the trees are bare. These can be trees in the wintertime too. Just have, maybe Santa flying across the sky. So there are a lot of things that you can do with these dies. You don't necessarily have to always work with them with the books here. And so love all of the different options there. Then the add-on, so if you do get the deluxe caboodle where you're getting all of the club kits, not only is it a really fabulous discount, because you do get it at a reduced rate essentially, and so that's wonderful. But on top of that, you do also get like a little freebie, a little add-on. And so the add-on for this month is it's sort of combines really nicely with the large die of the month. But I'll be honest, it's just another option to put into your that kind of build a scene that comes out of your book, and that is a castle. But that's such a nice basic layering die set that you can really use that for anything. So even though technically it's been designed to coordinate with the large die of the month as just a different option to swap out your house. So instead of a house, you can make this be sort of a fairy tale book, and there can be a castle, and you've got so many different layering elements here to build up your castle. So here's that base die. So the way Spellbinders makes their layering die sets is you do have the base die that has that deboss detailing, and that's going to let you know where to layer on all the various different elements that you would die cut out separately. So you've got the front, of the castle here. You've got the parts at the top of the like turrets or towers, and each of these kind of can be a different color if you want. And on top of these, you can have flags, and even this sort of these pendants can do also layers. So there's like the flag at the top, and there's a separate die that you can layer on top of that. And so these would you can use to top the towers and give you some different options for how you want your castle to look. And then there's just a little bonus of some stars, which I think is really cute. So really, really wonderful, great add-on to the large die of the month. And again, that's going to be available to you if you do get the deluxe caboodle. Then, I missed it when I showed this. There is also the stencil of the month, and mine came with a printout, so this might actually make it easier to see the designs that you'll have here. And so you actually get different designs that are meant to be combined, but you can actually use them separate. So these two, for example, are meant to, if you want to layer these, this here, these three areas that you see in white, that's where you would stencil through. They actually match up with these gray areas here. So that means that if you wanted, you could use that standalone, each of these standalone, but if you wanted, you could have maybe one color stenciled through this one, which is labeled number 1, and then you can position this right over where you stenciled this one, and in that gap stencil through this one, and then you would have alternating colors. And this one works the same way. These two pair up with each other to where if you wanted, you could stencil through this one first in one color, and then take this off, line this up, and stencil through this one in the second color if you wanted. But really, you could use these standalone if you wanted, and I think that they would look really great too. You could use the same color as well, and you have a lot of different options there. And then there's a fifth one that is standalone. This doesn't have a pair to it. So there's that. So really great. You get a lot of stencils in the stencil of the month. It's never just the one stencil. It's always a really nice layering stencil, or a few different standalone stencils. And here we kind of have the option of both. So these can layer, but can also work on their own as well. So that is the stencil of the month. And then the last club that I got is the Better Press of the month. This one's called Friendship Bookplate, and it's really, really lovely. It's a frame, And so you can really put any sentiment in the center here, but they do have a better pressed sentiment that says, "Our friendship is my favorite story." So that's really lovely. And the floral design is really, really nice as well. And this one, it does come with coordinating dies. So it's 2 press plates, one for this frame, and then it's also 2 different dies. But the 2 different dies is, it's interesting. There's one that will cut out your sentiment kind of close, like an outline. And then you get a nice basic shape, kind of an elongated circle, because it's not quite oval, because there's a straight edge here. So it's as if there were 2, you had a circle and then it was just pulled and then it was straight in the center. And so you've got that piece, which is a great basic shape, and it's going to fit really perfectly right in the center there. But I feel like you could use that for anything really, because it is just at the end of the day a really nice basic shape. So there's our better press of the month. And so I'm really excited to craft with all of these, and I'll have a flip video where I create at least 1 flat, 1 layered, 1 interactive, and 1 pop-up card. So I'll link to that at the end of this one if you want to check it out. Club Kids, if you are new to subscribing, then the window for signing up as a new member to the Club Kids is between the 6th of the month and the 27th of the month. After the 27th of the month, these kits may become available if there is still inventory, and they will be up on the website the following month on the 10th. So that's when you can start to look for them. But the best way to make sure that you get it is to actually sign up as a member, and you don't have to sign any contracts or anything like that. So you can decide to enroll this month and skip next month. It's easy to turn on and off and change your subscriptions if you'd like. And you do have a bit of a window from the 1st of the month when the kits get announced. And these days, Spellbinders is doing little sneak peeks before the 1st of the month even. So from the 1st to the 5th, you're going to have an opportunity to cancel, change your subscriptions. That way, if for some reason you want to opt out for a particular club that month, you can definitely do that, and all of that's managed online if you want. So thanks again for checking out this video, and again I'll link to my flip video at the end of this one, and as well you'll find my Spellbinders playlist at the end. Thanks also if you do shop any of my affiliate links. I appreciate you. I do get a small commission anytime you do use my links to make a purchase, so thank you in advance. And until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.